Hey, it's Suzanne again. And if you've made it to this lesson, it means you're ready to breathe again and not just survive the day, but you're going to shape it now. So, in lesson one, remember, we talked about differentiating between impact, maintenance, and noise tasks. And we discussed that maintenance and noise doesn't determine an outcome, impact tasks do. So we were protecting your energy. And then in lesson two, we talked about protecting your focus. And is it a safety issue, a comfort issue, or a preference issue? And using the crisis card. Can it wait? Can somebody else do it? Will reacting make it better or just louder? So we talked about protecting your energy and your focus. Okay, so caring for a senior is rarely going to give you control of your schedule. You've already learned that. So appointments change, moods are going to shift, meals burn while you're on hold with the doctor's office. All these things happen. It's normal. You can't plan every hour perfectly, but you can create flexible windows that protect your time and sanity. So let's talk about protecting this time. This is what I call the caregiving time windows. Caregiving time windows. And it's not a strict schedule, it's a rhythm that fits your real life because time management doesn't work in caregiving because you don't have control. And that's part of the problem. And we're going to pull some of it back. So these traditional time management systems are going to fail you every single time. So you've probably seen those color coded planners online. And the ones that are perfect morning routines and neat, and they have blocks and labels and self-care and work and family time and all of that. They look beautiful until your parent wakes up sick at 4 a.m. in the morning and there goes your sleep, right? That's the problem. So you don't know what's going to happen and when. But most time management systems are designed for people with predictable lives, and you don't have that. Caregiving isn't predictable. It's interrupt driven. It is. When you think about that phone call you get, it's interruption. So when you try to use rigid systems, what happens is you feel like you're constantly failing, but you're not failing. The system is failing you. So you don't need perfection here. You just need certain patterns. You need time patterns. And that's what time windows give you. They give you the freedom to do what you need to do and then enjoy the rest of your day. It's the power of the windows, not the hours. And here's how it works. You've all heard of time blocking. Instead of assigning every task to a specific minute, you create 3 or 4 focus windows in your day. Okay? These time blocks. There's a morning window. In that block of time might be medical care, safety checks, or breakfast routines. In midday window, in the afternoon, might be errands, calls, or caregiving tasks that require movement or coordination. And then in the evening, you might rest, meals, or recovery for both of you. Now, I want to bring up something specific here, and that is you have to look at the tasks and where you have the most energy. Do you have a lot of energy in the morning, afternoon, or evening? Because those are where you want to put your most difficult tasks that you want to do. And you also have to look at your loved one's schedule. Do they nap in the afternoon? Is that a good time to make phone calls when they're napping? So you want to think about where they are being safe and what you can do while they don't need your attention. It's very important that you start setting up a schedule with time blocks instead of just minute by minute by minute schedule. Each window gives you permission to focus on what fits that phase of the day and permission to let go of everything else. So if you say you've got energy in the morning, that's when you're going to work on a complicated task. If your parent is up and about in the morning, you might not need to move it to another time. So it's not a multitasking. We don't multitask anyway. Think of it like waves. Each window rises, does its job, and naturally fades. And then you go into another window. I'll give you a perfect example about this and how it works in my life because I'm always distracted and I stay on task. So, this one caregiver, her husband has Parkinson's, right? And she told me, I never get a break. Every time I sit down, something happens. Boy, if that isn't the truth, we've all been there, we've all lived that. So we built her time windows. Mornings were meds, stretching, and breakfast. Midday, her calls, his rest, and grocery runs. And then evening was family and dinner and one short walk. And it was amazing how this worked. You see, here's a key, something we forget, is that a senior, when we say we're going to jump into bed, how long does it take us to get ready for bed, right? It takes us probably 15 minutes after we've washed our face, maybe combed our hair if we want to, and we brush our teeth. And then we put on our pajamas and we're ready to jump into bed. But that's not the case with the senior. The senior takes an hour to get ready for bed. An hour, okay? Not 15 minutes. So we have to learn to block this time out. So if you just noticed in the previous thing I told you, is that her dad did not require a lot of stuff. It was breakfast, but breakfast won't take 5 minutes. Breakfast might take 25 minutes. So I go back to the rule of 1.5 to 2, which means if it's going to take us 15 minutes to get ready for bed, it's going to take them an hour to get ready for bed or an hour and a half to get ready for bed. You have to block out more time for them because they move slower. And if they get rushed, they get anxious. So it's not our time. We can get ready in 15 minutes. Well, while she's brushing her teeth, we could be what? Putting on our pajamas, brushing our teeth, combing our hair, and washing our face, right? We're ready for bed. So we want to think about the things we do so much quicker and do them while they're doing one thing. All right. So what we're talking about here is the interruptions. They felt like failures, but they don't anymore because the interruptions are just going to move within another window. All right. They're slower. They're not moving as fast as we. So when she got thrown off by a phone call, she didn't feel behind. What she did was she just slid the task into the next window. And by week 2, here's what she told me. I finally feel like I have days again, not just hours that disappear. You know what she did? She built these blocks. She added extra time in all of them for how fast her dad could move. And that's exactly what this lesson is about. It's about creating your own windows. So in your workbook, you're going to see a page labeled Create Your Time Windows. This is lesson 3. And you're going to use it to design 3 main blocks. And I want you to put your tasks in there, but start simple. Don't put in 4,000 tasks. I want you to go back to lesson 1, and I want you to think about, is it noise, maintenance, or is it a real issue? Pick your anchors, the things that must happen each day, like an appointment. That's a must. And add your energy flow to that. When do you personally feel alert, tired, or calm? And then fit the caregiving tasks around both of those things. For example, if your brain's sharpest before lunch, handle the medication calls or the paperwork then, right? Know that your senior is eating lunch, you've got a minute to breathe, and you still have energy. If your energy dips in the afternoon, put those routine tasks there, things you don't have to think about. And remember, your time windows don't have to match everybody else's. They just have to match you. It is very important here that not only do you adjust your schedule, but you let your senior know what you're doing too. Seniors need safety, just like kids do. At first, it's going to really feel strange. You want to go back to reacting. It's what caregiving trains you to do, but you stick with it for 3 days and you're going to see a significant difference. Are you going to get everything done? Absolutely not. Are you going to get better at getting everything done? Absolutely. That's the key. Some things are going to fall apart. And it's just you learning. That's all there is to it. It's just data for your brain to say, hey, maybe I need more time for that. You're going to learn what each window needs, and you're going to put the padding in so you can get it done eventually. You might need some boundaries, but we'll talk about that. But pretty soon, what's going to happen is you're going to realize that your day is not disappearing anymore and you haven't done anything. You're going to realize that you've done the most important things. You've organized your whole day around your energy. And instead of emergencies, you're not going to call them that anymore. You're going to figure out, are they safe? Comfort, just like we talked in lesson 2. So try this. When you finish this video, just do one simple thing. Take a sticky note, pen and paper, whatever. My energy deserves structure, not chaos. Write it down. There is something about writing it down that takes it out of your heart, takes it out of your emotions, and puts it into the universe. Then take this note and put it on your bathroom mirror or your refrigerator or your dashboard of your car. And then tomorrow, just choose one time window to test, maybe 8 to 10. Maybe that window focuses only on high impact caregiving tasks, like maybe giving your loved one, your senior, a bath or a shower, and let everything else wait and figure out how long it takes you to do this without rushing your senior. And you're going to feel a surprising sense of peace, not because the list is done, but because your brain finally knows when to stop, if that makes sense. And you're going to slow yourself down with their tasks, and you're going to recognize that your tasks can be done faster. So schedule just one reset window. Maybe it's just 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be morning. It doesn't have to be 8 to noon, noon to 4 or 5. It's not like that. It's whatever you window block in to do something, and double it if it's with your senior. But if it's you sipping coffee by a window or sitting in your car before you go back inside, how long do you need to do that? Take those blocks for yourself too. So protect your time. It's a prescription, and it really does work. When you live by windows instead of time management, as they call it, you're not going to lose time anymore. You're going to start reclaiming it. It's amazing how it works. And you're going to start noticing moments of calm again, the sound of your senior's laughter, a meal that actually stays hot, a breath that can't be rushed. In fact, you're going to start to feel like, I'm kind of bored. I don't know what to do with myself. Do I have a task I can do? That's pretty crazy, but that really does happen when your mind starts slowing down like this. That's what time blocking does for you. So block time, leave space, because I know you're going to think something's going to take 10 minutes and it's really going to take 45 minutes. And that's how you're going to take back your day, one calm window at a time. So practice these techniques, get your time back, and we'll talk soon. Take care.